Hey guys, Weimar here. Today, I will present to you all the information I have gathered to keep you up to date with the Cyberpunk 2077 from CD Projekt Red, the same studio that brought out the Witcher series. Uh, so the state of the game is pre-alpha, which means that the demo that they show us behind the closed door was the most polished that they have. Mike Pondsmith, the creator of the source material for Cyberpunk, the the source material is Cyberpunk 2020. He said in the interview with Young, I quote, I waited 30 years for this. You can wait a few more years. 2020 release, maybe. So a little bit of the background of the game is that CD Projekt Red announced their Cyberpunk 2077 IP back in May 2012. The teaser release was the teaser trailer will release on January 2013. After 5 years of absence, the game finally shows us the trailer at E3 2018. After the much anticipation and all the the guessing from major media like Kotaku and PC Game, and the demo was shown behind closed door for the fan to experience as well. That would not show anything to the public yet. Well, in the Cyberpunk 2077 is set in a modern futuristic world with guns, holograms, matter in the head, boat, and driving cars. Depart from the traditional Witcher series, which is a very high fantasy open world with magics and portals and fireballs and zombie and witches and stuff. But unlike the Witcher series, which you can play is either the first person or the third person. The game is very fast and very wide open combat with a lot of very movement and swordplay and everything. Depart from that, the Cyberpunk 2077 will only be in the first person, put a role-playing element into it. CD Projekt Red keep telling us this is a first-person role-playing game instead of first-person shooter, but we'll see. Like I said, the changes angry a lot of fans too because they hold the Witcher 3 combat on a very very high standard, and they've been playing The Witcher for a lot of times, for a very long time as well, and they set a standard in their head. So from all the review that I gather from the internet, from Kotaku, from PC gamers and individuals who experience the game, they say that they're satisfied with the changes that they make because screw it, this change was needed to push the game forward. It was an educated guess, as I quote from one of the articles I read. So let's see. Well, the setting of the game, this is the quote from Kotaku article, which I'm going to link below, is that America is in pieces. Mega corporation control life in all of its aspects, from the top floor of the sky-high fortresses. Down below, drug-pushing gangs, dirty tech hustler, and slinger of illicit brand dancer run the street. The world is in between decadent sex and pop culture, mixed with violent crime, extreme poverty, the attainable promise of the American dreams. In Cyberpunk 2077, you play as V, a horror gun on the rise, and you got your first serious contract. In the world of cyber-enhanced street warrior, tech-savvy netrunner, and a corporate life hacker, today you take your first step towards becoming an urban legend. So from the articles I read across the internet, you can customize your V character. It's either male or female, and interaction to add to the NPC and the romantic interests also adjust according to your sex. And there will be gay character, bi character, straight character that we can romance as well. And well, needless to say, this game is a very mature game with a strong theme like drug abuse, violence, and a lot of cussing. And nudity, well, a lot of nudity. I quote from Adam Bukowski from an article where when you was greeted with the character creation, the private part of the character was pixel out. And Adam Badowski, sorry, say that we covered this part for one reason, because during presentation we don't want people to focus on and think that there is things and laugh because it's normal. Nudity make it more believable. That's why we have it, and there's nothing special about it. And when you think about it, too, like nudity is important in a very mature game like this because it's add to your immersion. And this is my opinion. It add to your immersion, and like in the game where cyber enhancements have become so abundant, of course they're gonna do something about it. It's just realistic. And what from one of the article that I read also, the reason behind this was when technology advanced to a certain point, and in this particular universe, your body is no longer sacred. Your body is just something that you can modify however you need. So I don't see nudity can play a a big part in this game. So let's go into gameplay. In in Cyberpunk 2020, you have like 10 classes that you can choose from, which is copt like law enforcement, corporate, fixer, media, netrunner, nomad, rockerboy, solo, techie, and medtech. But in Cyberpunk 2077, they only you can only have three, which is netrunner, techie, and solo. But they implemented what is called the fluid class system, which is you got your three distinct classes and then you put skill point in each. I think that's how you put it. You pick like skill point in each of the like the three classes, and then you shape V as you progress through the story. But they also the seven other class will also feature in the game as well, but only as an NPC. I think in the trailer you can spot a few of them. Let's see how you can spot them. So as a first-person shooter, you have a lot of arsenal at your disposal. From the enhancement that you can put inside your head, from like the eyes that you can see the ammo count on your gun, to a blade you can attach to your arm. It's like a mantle, what they call it, mantis blade in the teaser trailer. You got your handguns with you, you got your shotguns with you, and you got the melee combat as well. And there, all of the item is like color coded, so you know which one like the rarity of each. And aside from that, you can have like you can use truck during the combat, which is like a reflex enhancer, where you can inhale it just in like asthma inhaler, so to speak. Like, and then time slow down, right? And then you can jump around, you can run up the wall, you can double jump, and there's a lot of dismemberment too. And when it comes to customization, you have your weapon customized, which is that you can make the bullet ricochet off the wall, and you can see the trajectory of the bullet as well. Um, and then you can like shoot through the cover too, which is very very cool. And this game hold no hold punches at all. In terms of exploration, you can have your bike, you can have your car, which is controllable, and you can ride them as either first or the third person. But flying car is off the limit, just story only. And they explain it since like flying car is only for the rich, so that makes sense. So when you were doing the main story quest, you will have scenario where you be fighting in the flying car, but the flying car is up limit to your personal use. In terms of storytelling, they have a branching interactive dialogue with many possibilities, like the Witcher series. In one of the articles that I read is that when ABC was talking, you can just point a gun at them, and they can like totally change the way they interact with them, which is amazing. So to give you an in general like direction, because you can read this more in depth on the internet. So the demo will task you to retrieve the gears from the local gangs, right? The you receive this request from a big like, mercenary to meet with a corporate woman to give you the chip with a tons of money on it. So you can either choose to keep the money to yourself, to go in there and gun blazing and kill everybody else and keep the money to yourself, or you can just use the chips to purchase the money from the gang. So as you can see, this is like The Witcher on steroids. With like the Witcher 3 is very flat, but this game promised the world is very vertical. There's sky high with like rooms and rooms of NPCs in it, and how you interact with NPC can change from your sex and how you interact with them, which is mind blowing. So yeah, I'm gonna link all of the article below for you to read. Um, Let me know if you have like any questions about the game because I'm so excited for this game. I don't mind waiting at all. So let me know if did you intrigued by the story from all the article that you read, or did you just hype because this is CD Project Red. The quality is like top notch. And yeah, let me know in the comment below. And until then, take care, guys. Bye.